So, the streaming wars. Hey, you know that movie, the Batman movie, the Otaku Batman movie, where it's like Edward from Twilight spends the entire movie LARPing, well, the entire two episodes of the Batman pilot LARPing Batman, and we all called it like the LARP, the Batman LARP, because you see it and you see it for like what feels like a short movie, and then you see what comes after with the Jesus Batman moments, and the right in the middle you have this moment between Batman and Catwoman, but like right before she calls all white men bad, he's like says something that no Batman would ever say, not even the most extreme evil ones, because it's just so stupid. Like maybe if it was like the teen Batman, that would have made some sense. But you see Bruce Wayne being replaced by this otaku who's LARPing Batman, but not LARPing Bruce Wayne, and it's like, yeah, it's fun for 2 out of 3 episodes, and the third episode is just dumb luck. Like Edward from Twilight is playing like fun 80s, pseudo 80s Batman, and there's like SJW barks here and there, but they're like moderate SJWs, they're not full. I want to eat your soul to serve it to my something SJW gods, blah, SJW forever. It's more like, I'm toxic. Yeah, all white people are bad. Yeah, and then you get to see the stupid, like Jesus Batman moment where he like he's covered in red light and he just eats people as Jesus Batman. It's the dumbest thing ever. Like me and my friend, like laughed our asses off in the IMAX theater. Yeah, and you have these like clear narrative of all white people who are into like video game, like forced incel nonsense. Like everyone who likes this guy has to be an incel or some bullshit like that. And then you have like the final moment where like I laughed through this moment, but like I could tell it was just some pretentious Hollywood bullshit. Where it's like Katrina imagery and it was the stupidest thing ever, but it's just so funny. And then you have Edward. Like, this is not Bruce Wayne. This is not Bruce Wayne. This is like a child. This is a joke. Like, Bruce Wayne doesn't act like this. And the fact that the movies think they've evolved this version of Bruce Wayne out of the Nolan movies version of Bruce Wayne is just disturbing, you know? You have everything fun about Batman outside of Bruce Wayne, and movies just don't get Bruce Wayne anymore. In the last couple of years, we get like Batman's uh, reduced to a vague idea of what is Batman, and it just here's some style, and it's like vaguely cool. And I don't think the people designing this stuff realized like why we like Batman, right? And you have these dumb moments where the dialogue makes it true, and it's the problem. Like this dialogue is the problem. Is hate summon hate watch dialogue is the problem of why most media is failing, but because we got all this like hour plus content of something that feels like a fun Batman LARP with the Twilight Kid, it just feels like such a funny like satire of fucking superhero movies, but done in such a fun way, where it's like you go from this to this, well, to this and then to this, and then you go like Jesus Batman, the bullshit, right? It's so fucking hilarious as an idea. Anyway, my question is this, like, do you think we're gonna get any more of this stuff? Like when the studios collapse, like, do you think we're gonna get any more of these event movie things if we stick to the subscription model? And my point is this, like, we have a super abundance of people who are talented, who could be working on talented things, but they never, almost never make it up in the industry. And you have like situations like what happened with Vic Mignogna, where he's good, he's talented, but because he offended the politics of the people surrounding him without even being political, he's just open about being a Christian, and all these Funimation weirdos like who do support pedophiles, like literally 3 pedophiles in the Kick Vic movement. One of them actually married a 16-year-old. Like the other two, like were like caught tweeting, and they still have a job because Vic Mignogna like had integrity and was about to join Funimation. Like they attacked him, they made up this bullshit, and then they tried to make up more bullshit against his friend, but his friend had receipts. So yeah, what do we think is gonna happen in like 10 years to Jenna Ortega? Because I really like Jenna Ortega, but me liking Jenna Ortega doesn't mean that this industry is gonna keep on funding Jenna Ortega. You know? Like, how do you measure success in a model where everything is like watch time? Like, it would make more sense to summon up drama if the model sticks to hate watch us so that we can make money, the stupid otaku Batman approach, which made money because it was such a cartoon on accident or very good purpose. Like, it made money because it was such a fun ride, and then we got all the toxic shit going into this funny as hell, like, Jesus Batman moment where Jesus Batman is being Jesus in all in red. And we had all this nonsense about incels that didn't make any sense because they're trying to hint towards, the obvious Joker stuff. And for some reason, Gotham is Katrina or something. And it's so stupid as hell. But you get this fundamentally wrong version of Batman on accident, and I fear they might learn the wrong lesson, which is do the character, but do it strictly based on style and not the core reasons why we like the character. It's not like, here's Wednesday Addams, we like her because she's a psychopath. It's like, here's Wednesday Addams, we like her because she's Jenna Ortega, and popular people equal money, equal views. No, by that logic, we'd get like that idiot who went to Japan and fucked around. Oh, what's his face? Smaggle Vogelbaum, Logan Palm, whatever his name was. Like the idiot. And you might end up, instead of a scenario where you get, talented actresses and actors showing up to places, says being Haley Steinfeld or being whatever, you might end up with, oops, you might end up with, what am I trying to do here? How did I disappear this Netflix logo? It's super weird. Trying to summon, hey, there you are. There she is. There's Haley Steinfeld. We've summoned, here's Jim. Yeah, we've summoned Haley Steinfeld. Can we summon Catherine McNamara? Yeah, talented people. Talented people. Instead of talented people, we might end up with Lou Jung, which is, she's still a talented person, and we might end up with someone like Hannah Ulu. We might end up with dumb shit instead of, actual talented people like Vic Mignogna, like Al Fanning, like Haley Steinfeld, like Catherine McNamara in a bikini, like Jenna Ortega, right? We might lose out on talented people because their numbers are just lower than, random idiot trash that they summon just for the style of it, instead of the actual quality of the work, right? So I'm like wondering, why don't we push for a subscription service that lets us rent movies again? Which I know it sounds strange, but they've hit the point where the industry has shifted and now they have tiers lists on streaming. Like, you pay this much for cheap, for this much for better, this much for extreme, 4K, like your internet can magically handle it, and there's like a reason for it. I don't get why 4K is really that good. Like 1080p is plenty enough for me. Like 4K, it's nice, but it's not the most necessary thing in the world. Like, yeah, like if I watch something in 4K, my distance from the screen is gonna drop its resolution. So it's like, how sharp is the image, and it's whatever. All these movies are basically getting downscaled from 4K to 1080p, so it's all compressed. So there's not much of a reason to spend the extra cash for 4K, right? So my point is, what about like actually rewarding good stuff by paying for it instead of just browsing drama? You know, actually rewarding good stuff, getting 10-month or 6-month rentals for things, like subscriptions to this franchise, subscriptions to that franchise. Hey, maybe we might actually see like a version of the original version of the Alien movie, like that has the cat in it, and not the stupid director's cut, because Ridley Scott is obsessed. That's my 2 cents.